Elimination is on the line here at IEM Katowice 2018. It's Renegades versus Cloud9. What some would say is local domestic matchup. Obviously, Renegades coming from the Australian region, but playing in North America alongside Cloud9, a full American team, Harry. Obviously, loser this is going to go home. It is best of 3 as a result. Where do you see this one going?
Well, for me, it's a simple question. You know, who wins? Is it the major winners, a team that has been going from strength to strength and looking good, or the boys? And you know, if you're me, Hugo, you instinctively look towards Renegades.
Really?
Just because I think I'm madly in love with watching them play.
Well, some say Ustilo really is a lobster, so if he can bring his crustacean skills to this map, I'm sure we will have a hell of a time. But yeah, I mean, 2 very strong rosters, superstars in their own right. Obviously, Renegades recently trialing Jacob has been such a fantastic result. He's just been brilliant, performing strength to strength, top ranking almost every single matchup they play, and honestly, the best player on the team despite only being here for a very short amount of time. Nifty as well, the American IGL and the Australian team. He's also the AWPer. We've seen him have a little bit of inconsistencies, but in terms of the skill ceiling, he's certainly one to watch out for. And then obviously you've got the core Australian of JKS, Azza, and Ustilo, who are so good as well. Moving over to Cloud9, Harry, what strikes you on this team?
I mean, what doesn't, right? They've looked so good as of late. I mean, you know, they come out, they win the major. Admittedly, didn't really get the results they would have liked at Summit. You know, I mean, if you recall, I think they lost there in the finals to Liquid, which was interesting, right? Because then it was like, oh, okay, are we in the NA era now, where these teams just kind of top all the events? So I mean, they've looked good. I mean, I think since the major, they haven't looked quite the same. And I can't quite put my finger on why that would be. They just seem to be lacking that confidence. Skadoodle especially seems to be someone who's been hit quite hard by that. But, you know, I think Renegades is one that they would be looking to win over. I think there's no doubt about it. Just because whenever they've sort of played domestically back in NA, it was usually Cloud9 to take the W. But, you know, as of late, things have kind of been thrown up a little bit more. You actually saw these guys play at iBuy Power Masters, I think it was. Yeah. And Renegades, they took like a map off of Cloud9, so this is by no means impossible.
Yeah, 2-1 to Cloud9 in the final. Obviously, oh no, it's a 2-0 actually to Cloud9 in the final. I stand corrected.
Yes.
But yeah, close games either way. That was right after Renegades came off the back of SLI Shanghai that we were also at, Harry, and they did very well there, winning over VP in the final, and then, you know, coming second place at iBuy Power Masters. Certainly been on the rise, but I mean, as you say yourself, the major, even though Cloud9 haven't looked as good since, you know, you've got to expect that. Of course, home crowd advantage was a big factor, I think you could say, into that whole event. And obviously, you know, this is one of our first big events since the major, so let's give this team time. And obviously, Renegades, a team that we should definitely give time, see how much they're going to improve with the addition of Jacob to the roster. He has obviously, as we said, been fantastic. And while Cloud9 have been taking win over win against Renegades recently, when it comes down to this actual roster of Renegades, we haven't seen, you know, any matches. Cloud9 haven't played versus Jacob in this team, so that's something I'm excited to see. Obviously, the last time they played was when Nafly was in the roster, now over on the side of Liquid. So definitely, definitely something that you've got to take into account when you go into this game. We do have the vetoes in, though. Cash going to be the first map of 3 here. Inferno to follow up, and Train as a third. Harry, I want your quick prediction before we head into this matchup.
Renegades 2-1. Let's go. As we head into this one, Hugo. Pistol round.
Harry. We can't be live.
Yeah, we're not live. Azza has an AK, so
unless that's an observer bug. Azza has an AK and $12,000. I'm not sure. We're going in anyway. Renegades T-side pistol and take it away.
Just roll with it. Yeah, they're going to be making their way in toward A. Azza not on the AK. And as they head on in, Automatic, he's the man trying to hold this down. Rotations are coming through. Shots down range. Ooh, nice shot on him still. He's going to go down. Jacob takes out the bomb spot, but Automatic does go pushing in. Jacob's going to pick that one up. Bomb still yet to go down, and Stewie really forcing the issue. Finally going to get dropped by Azza. The bomb still yet to come in for Renegades, but it's JKS on this late flank that could make a difference.
Oh, Tariq nades out, won't be able to take the shot. JKS takes him down in middle, but now Renegades are split up. Bomb plant can come through, but they're trying to isolate Jacob on the site. Knowing JKS is far away, they won't be able to be. They will be able to jump on the bomb. JKS has to chase. The defuse is happening. There's just no time left, and Rush will find the kill. Cloud9 pick up that pistol round. Great reaction. The second JKS is spotting in mid, they rush up towards the site, take that 2v1, and win the round.
Yeah, it all got a bit close there. Luckily enough, we have Azza sorted back out on our...
yeah, he didn't have an AK for those to just...
He most certainly did not.
That would have been a really good pistol round, though. It's the old Mac 10 strat where you sit in Dust 2 mid, you get a kill, and then you buy up a Mac 10, and then you'd have a hell of a lot of chance of winning that pistol round. But 1-0 on the board for Cloud9, Harry. Nothing too crazy here, but for sure this is a good map for Renegades as well. Hence the pick. But it's just pistols for now. Cloud9 picked up that first round, and Renegades got the bomb down, so they want to go for the third round buy. Hence Cloud9 not going for too heavy of an SMG purchase. They're a team that like to pull in their SMGs, but no, 3 rifles in play. And Renegades looking for the pick. It's going to be Jacob towards mid with the Deagle early on boosted up, but Stewie on the other side.
Yeah, he also has support from the man in the vent. That's going to be Tarek. Just going to start to creep on over into middle, and this is where things do get tricky. Tarek going to duck away. Jacob hops down. He's still going to be left up there. Oh, okay, it was accidental. I was going to say. You're going to keep progressing forward. Stewie holding close. It kind of throw all the problems their way. He's able to go and get one. Repeat comes out. Yustillo's gone down. Stewie.
How?
Ooh, he's in with a third. This man is making money down in mid. That's the bomb dropped as well. And now it is just Nifty and Azza left. Of course, you know, just some unarmored opponents. Azza now 1v5, and AK would definitely come out of here. But he's able to get one. Now he's got that UMP. Doesn't expect the rush from Rush. And he'll go down as a result. Cloud9, they take the 2-0, but now the buy can come in for Renegades.
Yeah, nothing too scary for Cloud9. They lose a UMP, can reinvest, get rifles up if they want. Automatic, not the best cash, but we can see a drop over if need be. If he wants nades, that is. Yeah, MP9 comes over. MP7, sorry. And the buy up from Stewie. AWP here. Not going to Skadoodle, potentially going to be off the back of the spawn, but we will see for the time being. 2-0 for Cloud9. As you say, Harry, guns in for Renegades. Full rifles for this third round buy. We're going to have Stewie up in the Z. He's not playing off spawn. He's just looking for the early pick. Renegades are not going to be walking into it just yet. Now the smoke comes down, so they do try and take some mid control. 3 players here. And a slow push for Renegades. Cloud9 relinquish some mid control. They give it all up to the T side, so the Aussies all over this mid area. Easily able to split to a bomb site, especially with Azza up in the squeaky. But the issue is Cloud9 have 3 up on A, and with this boost as well, it's going to be very, very dangerous here for Renegades.
Yeah, the best way to nullify that boost, though, is from the aggression up highway. And that is where they are currently posted up, down in mid. 3 players here, with a 4th now rotating in the form of JKS. You can see that Azza's going to start to push away, but now look, Rush, he's aggressive in main. He's about to go toe-to-toe with Azza. We kind of said if you leave mid open, you want to take control elsewhere. That bomb going to be slowly but surely making its way over here toward B. And it looks like they might be willing to leave Nifty behind in middle to cut off some of these rotations while the rest of the boys headed towards this B-bomb site.
But look at the rotations. Cloud9 know exactly what's going on. With Rush pushed up so aggressively, Stewie can rotate through. They may have a smoke for the spawn, but it's only 1 left, and it needs to go down quick. Stewie on the site. Quick shot with the AWP, and there's still plenty more where that came from. 3 men on this site for Cloud9. Surely no way Renegades can get back in. The flank finally coming in, but it's not even needed. It's a mow down on the bomb site. Cloud9 winning every single duel. Nifty is the last man up, and he's too far removed from the situation. 15 seconds left, and while he grabs the first kill, in style at that should be it. Nade goes over, 8 seconds on the clock, he's doing damage! Nifty, no way he wins this, and there's just no time left. Stewie gets away. But what a close round from Nifty, almost getting the 1v4 clutch. He even kills Stewie in the end, so insult to injury, saving the AWP. And certainly damage done by Renegades. It won't be the round, but that's going to hurt Cloud9's economy when it comes down to this buy.
Yeah, no, they've got no money. I mean, what a round there from Nifty. It's good to see him waking up this much early on. He's someone who can really make or break the performance for Renegades, and you know, he's had a couple of weak performances as of late, so it's good to see him off to a good start. That was a very slick 1v4, admittedly just short on time. He's got the AWP into this round. That's a chance for them to do some damage. You're going to be looking at him to make a catalyst play, and as he's over here in mid, just going to miss the timing shot. But if they can make this one expensive for Cloud9, when they buy up into this next round, they will be looking good.
It's so reserved to not see Renegades buy up here. So many teams would. Obviously, Cloud9 have a fairly decent buy because their anti-eco was clean, but you know, a lot of teams would be going for the Force if they did, you know, got 5 kills in the previous round and saved an AWP. But to be honest, with Cloud9 having 4 M4s in play, it's probably a safe bet for Renegades to give up one. This AWP can still do a hell of a lot of damage to the CT side, and with Deagles as well in play, Renegades certainly shouldn't be counted out of this round. Nifty flash towards the middle, peek up as well. We've not got close mid positioning, but that crossfire again. Tarek up in the vents and Rush supporting from the white box. There's Tarek with the peek. Stewie as well. He was aggressive in mid. And Cloud9, they'll take a 4-0 lead. Flawless there. Orp finds nothing. And Renegades now, Harry, they're going to be able to go for the buy, but Nifty will be limited.
Yeah, and of course, having your Orpa be the one who has to take the hit is not really what you want. A good lead early on here for Cloud9. Pause going to be called on in from the Renegades. There's some time, of course, to make sure that now Nifty, they've got their buy. He can make sure everyone is on the same page. Have a decent bit of utility as well. Just getting to that point where this round is very important. Luckily enough, thanks to that 1v4 from Nifty, he has kept their economy very modest. And that's going to be the real difference maker here. Going to have rifles across the board. Nice bit of utility to go with it. And now I'm just curious, what are we going to see from Renegades?
I feel like this is where you speed up the pace, right? Obviously, it's going to be difficult when Cloud9 have a lot of utility, but, you know, we've had a couple of slow defaults from Renegades. We had that late round B execute that didn't quite work out due to time, but, you know, you have fairly limited utility, you have fairly limited weaponry in terms of not having that AWP that you can set up with a slow-paced execute. Go quick, get fast map control, just go for a fast bomb site take, and it seems like Renegades are opting to do so, but Cloud9 boost up. We've got this again. Automatic maybe going on the head of Rush because he's got the MP... no longer, actually, the M4 up the top. Renegades set up for this A play, but they should be aware of the possibility here, especially with that early smoke going down. A minute 24 on the clock and the re-smoke out for Cloud9. Will Renegades push? Will they hold their mark? Seems to be the latter for the time being. Cloud9, no information. They've gone passive this round, so we don't have that push up like we saw from Rush in the previous. And maybe this could come back to haunt them, because if Renegades manage to get the opening kills and get onto this bomb site, the rotation is going to be far away from Cloud9.
Yeah, it all comes down to whether or not they check this boost, and Automatic, he's in with the first and the second. They haven't dealt with him yet. How's he still alive? 3 frags for Automatic. As he's firing on all cylinders, Az is now the last man out. Desperately tries to trade. He does manage to get it, but it's all on JKS down in mid. 1 versus 3 would be required here. 45 seconds left on the clock. And he's going to start to push up through highway.
And every second they wait, they realize that this man could be on the flank. He could be coming up through the back line. So Cloud9 got to be pretty aware of this. JKS starting to round the corner. Maybe the surprise on 1 kill, but already Tarek's ready for it. Good awareness from Cloud9. Good round on the board, and they take 3 forward. 5-0 on this CT side. Starting things off fantastically. Renegades, on the other hand, they've had a couple of close rounds. They've done some damage, but it's not quite enough. They're back down to pistols, Harry. CZ's armor, utility. This looks like a B execute to me, although with a lot of Molotovs, we could be seeing that nip molly strat on A. Very interesting. Whatever it's going to be, I'm sure it'll be a quick execute because, again, they have the utility to do so. And with the bomb going straight through middle, I wonder if that will be working its way up towards Squeaky and going for some kind of fake so they can get that plant in. A bit pointless when you've over-invested for the plant anyway, so you may as well just play the bomb on the bomb site that you're hitting, and that seems to be the case for Renegade, setting up early outside of B.
Start throwing these initial incendiaries. Tarek going to be waiting in the cubby. This position goes unchecked. This is going to be devastating. Already rotations to come through. They haven't checked in. Tarek, it's just going to be a shooting gallery for him. Still alive, backed into the corner, back against the wall, and Tarek, he's unfaltering. 4 massive frags as he locks in the round for Cloud9. They're going to be on to a 6th, and once again, Renegades are looking down in the dumps.
Disgusting stuff from Cloud9, constantly switching up their positions on both sides, catching out Renegades, not playing anything standard or predictable here. Renegades not even given the option to go for that B standard execute, so they will be buying up now, Harry, but it is 6-0. Cloud9 not faltered. AWP back in the hands of Nifty, certainly a player to watch out for. Obviously, he had that big 4K with the AK that didn't quite win them the round, but the AWP is where he really wants to sit. That's going to be sitting up towards Squeaky for the time being. Cloud9 going aggressive, and they're going to pull in the boost very, very quickly as well. Already Tarek over the top. He's not even going to wait for contact. Ustillo dead. And Cloud9 with a man advantage. Tarek falls back to a perfect off angle here, and with the crossfire from Rush established, this is going to be so good. Renegades probably going to have a hard time checking this considering Rush's position. Already Az are going to be out. Does check the spot, but Tarek again with a trade. Great stuff from Tarek. Looking fantastic.
Ooh, he's up with a 3rd, Tarek. It's just destruction down here in mid. That just goes to show you. Cloud9, they are not messing around. Nifty and JKS left. 2 versus 3. They're going to start to make their way over here towards B. Tarek has already rotated in. He's hungering for that much more, and JKS gonna come his way, lift the opposite up, and does he get the ace? Tarek's in with the ace. Fantastic stuff. Cloud9, they are on to a 7th round. And I mean, you know, no matter how hard you try to run away, Tarek will cash you.
That's a good one. Just hear Prius laughing in the background. But yeah, great round from Tarek, looking fantastic. Obviously, coming into this game, you know, this is one that Cloud9 should be winning at least in terms of domestic matchup. They always seem to take it. But when you have Jacob on this board, obviously being that wild card, certainly a question mark thrown in the way of Cloud9. Not in fact a guarantee win for them. Again, Renegades, no bomb down, so no buy coming through. 4,300 across 3 players. That's enough to buy up. That's the issue here. So we may see some form of investment. Obviously, pistols will come in, and oh, they actually go for the full force. I understand this, though. Even though they didn't do damage in the previous round, they've got enough to buy rifles on 3 players. And again, if you just put the rifles in a position to succeed and actually manage to get the opening kills, we could just see, you know, these 2 pistol players grab guns off the body of Cloud9, and yeah, we go for 4 rifles. JKS gives up utility, he goes to the Galil. I think this is understandable. At 7-0, this force buy isn't the worst we've seen. Obviously, Renegades are going to be hoping for a little bit more money, though, and they're going to need a bomb plant this round, Harry. If they don't get that bomb plant, it surely will be an eco next round due to this investment. But we're back towards 8. Very standard here. Renegades haven't been too heavy on mid. Cloud9 have been locking that down round after round. The smokes are going to fly on in, and Renegades are going to hit the bomb site.
They charge automatic. He's locking it down at 2 frags already. Trade finally comes in, but his rush late to the party, admittedly. Arrives from the forklift. He's put it into a 2-on-4. The bomb plant still yet to come in. JKS, he's pulled one back, though. But still the man advantage in favor of Cloud9.
Plant going to have to come in here. We've talked about how important it is for Renegades, but as soon as the noise is made, Rush begins to flank up round, looking for the top angle, but Azza, he's too quick, catches the shot, and now a 2-on-2. Renegades have a great option into this round. They're going to chase down Tarek as well. He's so low. Skadoodle going to have to rush him from the back lines, but they turn back and take him down too. Tarek in a 1v2. He's had a fantastic game so far, but he's going to need to step up again. Both players on the back box, no nades in play, and they both peak at the same time. JKS hits a shot, and Renegades, it may have been a force, but they certainly show us what they're made of. 1 round on the board.
Yeah, but they definitely need more than this, Hugo. The economy of Cloud9 has been brought to its knees. The reset is looming. They've invested everything into this round, and this is a shot for potentially Renegades to start to chain a couple together. The only issue is if they lose themselves, they are also going to find themselves reset. Double AWP in play between Stewie and Skadoodle. Stewie's actually looked really good on the AWP in this map thus far. Kind of been the one that you want to write home about. Ustillo's over here in mid, making some noise. Stewie does go peeking out, but he's been found early on by Ustillo. Now Skadoodle, he's going to go as well in the blink of an eye. It's a 2 versus 5.
Yeah, Tarek dead on B, and automatic and Rush are going to be the last 2 up for Cloud9. Some over-aggression maybe from Stewie, but at 7-1, I can't really blame them. We'll see if they opt to go for this after that kill into Ustillo. With an AWP now being grabbed to the hands of Cloud9, they may opt to save, but if Renegades walk into their crosshairs and CT spawn, that will surely provoke a retake. Flash in through, Rush just trying to check for any over-aggressive Australians, but it's not happening, Harry. Cloud9 have to hold on to their guns for a rainy day because Renegades, they found 2 on the board. The reset avoided, and with 4 players currently left up, that needs to stay that way. There's no way that Renegades should be chasing down these kills. They know Cloud9 have the cash and have the guns. Renegades, they need to make sure their own economy is in check before they start to hunt down that of Cloud9, so they'll fall off back. So 2 on the board here for the T side, starting to pull it back into contention. Again, this was a perfect lead for Cloud9 with a 7-0 start, but finally things are looking up for the Aussies.
Yeah, they're over that second round. They keep it fairly clean as well, so they've dodged the reset for the time being. If they lose this, Ustillo is going to be a little bit limited into the next. They weren't able to take those guns out of the hands of Cloud9, though, so the buy will be coming back in here for C9. They are going to go for it. I'm curious to see if it was going to be the partial or the full investment. It will be the case that they fully invest. 3 rifles, scout up on Tarek. Stewie taking the AWP once again. Skadoodle not really feeling it right now. Stewie going to be aggressive over here towards a main. He's coming his way. Shoulder peek out from Nifty. Doesn't live to tell the tale though as he goes for it once again, and this time Stewie catches him the second time around. So early man advantage taken here for Cloud9. With Renegades, it's back to the drawing board.
Yeah, and Cloud9 giving up mid as well. They got one player stuck in the CT spawn, just holding on to that Z push if Renegades want to throw in something crazy. We saw Ty Lu go for a bit of a mid-execute yesterday versus Gambit on this exact map, but they actually heavy stacked the connector on the T side and split towards a B bomb site. Didn't quite work out, but I liked what they had in mind. Renegades might feel a similar way, but with Rush there, it's not going to be an easy man to contend with. Cloud9 with a lot of information due to automatic spotting this A main area, and while they're playing passive on the B bomb site, maybe expecting a bit of a B play with Rush moving over as well. Renegades aren't hitting anytime soon. They're just sat towards T spawn. What it looks like is Jacob wants to walk his way up highway, and with everyone else coming in through A main, Cloud9 want to go for this A split, but automatic again, the man of the hour. He's going to be ready and waiting in main. Spotting, does see them. Waiting for the flashbang in so he can go aggressive, and they're perfectly blind. He gets one, damage to the second, but trade comes through. Jacob needs to try and find these trade bags up through middle as well. Stewie going to lock down the A main with the AWP, and there's the first shot. You still owe dead, 19 seconds on the clock, and they need to grab the bomb. There's just no time, Harry. Another round on the board for Cloud9, and while it's not the hard reset, the money for Renegades is certainly not perfect.
Yeah, he's the man to take the hit in terms of what he can afford. It does seem like he's been, out of everyone on Renegades, he's been the one kind of struggling the most at this event. And it's such a shame because I think, you know, when he's on form, he's such a force to be reckoned with. So we'd love to see him step things back up. Aggression over here towards B. Looked like it was going to come in from Tarek. That flash holds him back. In the meantime, automatic. He's all the way up in a main. There are 3 players in Squeaky, though. 2 left behind to watch mid. And this could potentially catch Cloud9 off guard. Rush is holding it. It all comes down to whether or not he finds any success early on. Automatic starts to peel away. They've walked out into Rush. They line up for him. 2 frags. While Automatic gets the third. And now it's just Nifty and JKS left. They didn't check Forklift, and they come to regret it. Rush, how's he still alive? Finally, he gets shut down, but Automatic's there to pick it up.
And my question is, where are Renegades? What are Renegades doing in main in that point, right? You're going to split out Squeaky, you're going to run 3 players out of that. That's fair enough. Okay, you've got pistols in play. That's good for catching players in MBK or the back of the site. But where's your main players? Renegades had no control. Cloud9, they take the 3 kills up in Squeaky, and then they go, okay, let's find these last 2 players. Let's peek into main, get aggressive, get these kills. You know, Renegades, they need to be timing that split better. They need to be moving out of both main and Squeaky at the same time. I understand maybe they don't want to give away information in main, considering how aggressive Cloud9 have been on this CT side. But still, that's the price you have to pay. A very disjointed split from Renegades, and now we're back down to pistols here on the T side. Aggression from Skadoodle. He's looking to make some money. No AWP needed here. MP9 is good enough. 2 kills. Tarek comes in for support, and Skadoodle finds 4. Certainly the round Cloud9 we're looking for there. 10-2 on the board, and Renegades again, we've seen nothing, but that was only pistols. Now they have guns back in their hands.
This is just lights out for Cloud9, and Renegades not really showing up to the party just yet.
And this is their map pick as well, Harry.
Yeah,
this is where we're expecting them to really step up, right?
It's a bit dire.
Mirage not coming through next is actually Inferno. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Cloud9 have looked far better than that of Renegades on that map. So, you know, honestly, this is a must-win for Renegades in this series. They don't want to be eliminated on day 2 of IEM. Smokes towards mid. Tarek is there close. Can he step up again? They're going to get mowed down. There's one looking for more. Tarek, damage through the smoke. Oh no, there's one more player pushing out, and he's not going to be able to finish him off. Eventually getting dropped. Azza looking for automatic in mid, and he catches him as well, pushing in through. Azza may get blinded, but he pushes in front of the smoke and catches Stewie off guard as well. Renegades, they've got themselves in a great spot. If he can find this last player rotating off of the B-bomb site, this round is theirs. But Skadoodle 1 step ahead. He's ready for it. Oh, apparently not. Azza. Filthy stuff.
Yeah, the only issue here is now is Cloud9, they had so much money banked up that buying is not an issue. They have the double ops back in play. Automatic's going to have everything you would need. Buying up in the next round does become problematic. There's the potential for a 10-5 half here for Renegades. This round here is so incredibly important. To the boys. And while early on, having no attention out towards mid, Stewie does lie in wait. He's not the kind of guy to miss this first shot. He actually goes ahead and starts to fall back. Gonna go ahead and re-peek out in the middle. Jacob and Ustilo both there. Nifty's boosted up as well. He's just holding. Timing is everything here. He starts to fall away. That nade pretty meaty. Ustilo going to go ahead and take the brunt of that. Stewie now up in A. Holding mid. Gets shoulder peeked on out. All of his shots. Rush going to take the aggression into main. And that's worked every single time for Cloud9. Now it is just Stewie raining down death inside of A. Automatic finishes things off. And it is utter decimation right now. A flawless round for Cloud9. And the reset are going to be coming in for Renegades in the last of the half.
Very standard stuff that Renegades are not doing right. Not only do they not have an anti-flash player in main, considering how aggressive Cloud9 has been, as you said, Automatic and Rush have been winning that duel every single time, but let's look towards that mid play, right? They don't have the smoke towards top highway. If you know that Stewie's hitting his shots from the site with the AWP, have that top highway smoke towards the ladder. Make sure Cloud9 can't hit you. And then when you get towards the top of the highway, either wait for the smoke to fade or go for the flashes through, right? You have that split through main, and assuming you're playing anti-flash, you shouldn't be losing both players there when only one member of Cloud9 is getting aggressive. It's silly mistakes like this from Renegades they need to try and fix. Very clear what their problems are, at least on these A plays at the moment. Will they realize it? May not matter. It's the last round of the half, Harry. 1 AK is all they have to play with. Well, I agree that it's on Nifty's hands. I'm not sure how much he can get done, essentially, in this round, because with 3 pistols and a UMP, Cloud9, it's their name all across the kill feed. Renegades slow default, waiting for Cloud9 to try and make a presence. We've seen some aggression from the CT side, but it's probably not going to be coming in. Wallbang damage as on the cross. Door shut. And as it moves back.
Yeah, they're going to try and take control of mid, heading the way of Stewie. He'll be locking that down from the white box. Going to miss that shot. Flash goes out there to hold back the aggressive Renegades players. Ustilo is the man to try and take point. Automatic going to be falling back towards Z. Stewie battens down the hatches inside of A.
There's the smoke. That's what we needed, but Automatic, he's going to peek out wide. Jacob does catch him, but this is exactly what I wanted for Renegades, a top highway smoke. The issue is they don't have anyone in main, only a bit of squeaky control. Will they commit with this, or will they run back towards B? It already seems like Nifty's decided that. Just running back towards mid now. Seems unsure here for Renegades. Jacob's pushed to the connector with 25 seconds and no B control. This has surely got to be an A play. They're running out of time, Harry. Azza looking to get out the squeaky door. Rush pins it between the two. There's the first. Flicks back round. Rush is taking them all down. 3 kills from Rush. And there's nothing Renegades can do, Harry. They made through the smoke, but they won't get the kills. Cloud9, 12.5.
A monstrous performance there from Cloud9. They don't want to go out early. And they are showing that now. Renegades on their map pick, they managed to get 3 rounds together on the T side. It is going to require some absolutely insane effort to pull it back in the second half.
But we will be finding out, Harry, right after the break. So join us in just a second for the second half of Cash.
So far, it has been a bit of a slaughter, but as we head into the second half, will Renegades better dig deep and find it in themselves to forge the comeback here on their map pick of Cash? Hugo, it was 12-3 at the end of that first half. Cloud9 came in fighting. How are you finding Renegades' chances here at a recovery in the second half?
Cliche as always, but pistol round really is needed here for Renegades. Obviously 12-3 is not a good scoreline for that T-side of Cash. This is a map that we've seen become more and more T-sided over time, and now even if you aren't the favourites, you should be getting at least 6 to 9, right? Renegades dipping quite below that now. Although their spirits still look high. If you look on the camera, everyone seems to be laughing away, having a good time, and that's important, right? As long as these guys are feeling good moving forward and they know that, okay, guys, this isn't over. Let's not completely tilt at 12-3. That's certainly good enough. And they actually look happier than Cloud9 there. Obviously, I wouldn't say that that's much of an advantage to the way Cloud9 are playing. They really are picking these guys apart. But assuming they have some kind of game plan here for this pistol round, it'd be nice to see Renegades try and pull this one back. Obviously, this is a map we kind of expect Renegades to have a good performance on as well. Cash is something that Renegades certainly not shying away from. This veto went a little bit array from what I expected it to be, but, you know, with Train being the third map, I thought that'd more so be a pick for Renegades and you know, Mirage maybe coming in, but Renegades deciding to veto that from Cloud9. Understandably so, but that does leave us on Inferno as the second map, Harry, and I think that's one of the big issues here for Renegades, showing why this map is so important that they pick up, even at such a deficit.
Yeah, and as you kind of said, the pistol decides everything here for Renegades in this second half. Being 12-3 down, you're very reliant on that. If you lose it, you know, Cloud9 get to 15 rounds before you get a bye, or you just force till the end of the game.
Yeah,
so
no, that's what happens.
Yeah, carries that much more of an importance for Renegades.
People always go like, okay, you know, if you don't get pistol at 12-3, it's fine. You have a buffer, right, technically, but that's not really the case because pretty much every team will just force buy till the game's over at that point, you know, and you very rarely see 12-3 comebacks. That's why 11-4s are far more common because then even if you lose pistol, you still get that buy at 14 because yes, okay, you can get a buy at 15 for Renegades, but there's no way you wait till 15 to buy, right? You never play for OT unless you've really got 10 rounds, you know, up on your side. A lot of teams just will force till the game's over. So more common we'll see that. Although Renegades, they seem to be one of the few teams that are very reserved with their buys. We saw that on the first half, right? We saw that round where they Nifty goes and kills everyone on the B-bomb site, but they still lose a round due to time, and they still don't force despite having $2,000 to $3,000. While in that situation, I agree, due to Cloud9 having the cash to play with, it shows Renegades aren't just blindly forcing and are playing somewhat reserved, which is nice to see. But how much can they get done here, Harry? We move to the CT side. JKS and the CZ dropped on over by Nifty. Very supportive there. No kit on the CT side, so they must play this A-bomb site. No way they can set up for retake. And already Cloud9 playing anti-flash, aware that Renegades could get aggressive. That was a mistake that Renegades made in their first half.
Yeah, the gravity on this round is monumental for Renegades. You can have two players posted up over here toward A. As they're on the forklift, you still lies and wait at quad. Stewie. Interesting little angle to hold. Waiting to see if anyone goes aggressive over here at B. Catch them off guard with your two-man tower.
But a lot of utility here for Cloud9, so clearly a late round execute and play. They're just waiting for Renegades to get aggressive. At a 12-3 scoreline, it's very likely Renegades might try and force a frag in this situation. So Cloud9 want to go, okay, let's just hold. If you have anything to show us, go for it. If not, then we'll go for our late round execute. We'll play our own game. And that seemingly is the plan for now. Decoy towards B, and Cloud9 looking to maybe head towards this A-bomb site.
Yeah, and you can see JKS actually to try his hand at some aggression. This gets them a lot of information down here at B if he continues going forward. So Cloud9, they're setting up, but the rotation's already coming in. Nifty and Jacob going to be rejoining the rest of the guys here in this A-bomb site. And with all the players split between Main and Squeaky, it's going to be a 4 versus 5 as this push comes in.
This could be a complete mow down here for Renegades. They have the manpower to do it. Nifty, one shot, second one landing as well, and JKS will even pick up a kill from the flank. Renegades, they are all over this round. Cloud9 have no response, and it's all on Skadoodle, caught on the forklift, and JKS just mowing down with the automatic CZ. Perfect read from Renegades. As soon as we see that decoy towards B, we instantly see that push up on the flank, and it allows for the 4-man stack on the A bomb site. Perfect round from Renegades. Exactly what they needed, Harry.
Yeah, no, the best start they could have hoped for, right? But now they have to try and convert this as well. Renegades have had a few problems with their Anticos in the past. So Cloud9, as they force buy down, they're going to have the Deagle up on Stewie. And automatic, and Tarek. We're watching for any early aggression over here towards this B-bomb site early on. Renegades holding off on A. Interestingly enough, no one there. 2 players on highway that can rotate up, and you still are watching from the truck. Automatic just peeking into mid. Hasn't spotted anyone just yet. With how Cloud9 are set up, it looks like they might try their hand at a B play.
Yeah, very slow pace for the time being, though, once again. Similar to their pistol round, waiting for Renegades to get aggressive. It's very reserved here from the CT side. Nice to see Tarek going to open up. Az is dead in the middle, but we also have a rotation back in for Nifty. I'd say that's very dangerous. When you lose a man here up against pistols, you might want to just sit back and play passive and just wait on the bomb sites, because you don't want to lose another man to these Deagles and drop 2 guns over. Response from Jacob up on B, but in the meantime, Cloud9 have taken mid control. With 1 player also outside of B, it could have been that vent split, but that will now be an opportunity removed. Skadoodle dead. On automatic, trying to work his way up the highway. Double peek coming through. Tarek dead. Automatic trying to hit the shot, but so is Nifty. No one's connecting enough damage. Automatic gets out of there with 40 HP, and with a flash on over, Rush is going to go aggressive. Nifty blinded, but he's got Ustillo on the car to help him out. Renegade securing this round pretty cleanly. A couple of deaths here and there, Harry, but it's nothing to turn your nose up at.
Yeah, crucially, JKS just able to pick up the M4 at the end there as well. So, nice bit of extra money saved for them. They lose the 2 SMGs, obviously. Cloud9 can be buying up 1 flash that, to me, suggests just going to go for a fast play, flash themselves towards one of these sites, and trying to get that bomb down. And usually, you know, if you get the 1 flash, you see them go towards B. But if they go A, I think there's a good chance they could get the bomb down if Renegades play a similar setup to what we saw in the previous round. This time, though, not the case. Going to be sending 2 players inside of the site. You're still going to go in with an early peek into main. Looks like Cloud9, they want to try and take control of mid. They are going to go running on in. The flash sends Nifty back. Ustillo, he's actually gone down. Nifty's going to try and answer back with 1, which he will. Players coming his way, able to get a second, but now he's fallen as well. It's JKS on the flank that really has to make a difference. Azza, what's going on? How are these Glocks doing so much damage? It does all fall to automatic, but he gets the bomb down. And that's all they wanted.
I mean, how did Cloud9 get a bomb plant there? Renegade's playing very scared. Understandably so with them being tagged up, but I feel like you've got to play a bit more confident. Losing the duels mainly was the issue for Renegades, especially Nifty up in highway with that FAMAS not able to connect more kills. But, I mean, a bomb plant for Cloud9, they are going to be smiling all across the board now. Look at the money here on the T side. Yes, Renegades have a good buy as well. Obviously, we have that AWP in for Nifty, but I mean, there's no way Cloud9 should have this much cash. That will help them out in the long run, certainly, if they lose this round, because as loss bonus starts to build up, they have even saved cash after a full buy, Harry, and that's pretty uncommon so early on into the game. We've got 900, 800, 400. This is just a little bit of money, but it can allow for that slightly more utility when it comes to their buy. Cloud9 back towards the A bomb site, looking to speed things up potentially.
Yeah, lots of presence here early on. Ustillo and Az are the 2 responsible for trying to hold this fort. You have got JKS on highway, who can rotate up quickly, and then Jacob as well, lying in wait in Z. So rotations can come through fairly quickly. That's why you've got Stewie posted up in mid. Try and disallow any of these players to make their way up through highway. Now you can see JKS rejoins the rest of the squad. Up on A, minute and 5 seconds. Cloud9. 3 players over here towards A. Az is going to take heavy damage, and that's not what you want to see. Now looks like they'll be setting up. Smoke's rain in. Play's about to come through.
Oh, Azza, he's getting so burnt out, needs to move position. Yustilo runs through the molly as well. Both players burning to a crisp. Yustilo finally getting traded from Skadoodle, and now Cloud9 are out on the site. They still have a man holding that connector for the rotation. Rush has already dropped the player at the back of the site, and Jacob needs to step up because his teammate's going to get shot in the back, and that will come through. Stewie finds Nifty on the rotate, and Cloud9 clean up the bomb site. Pretty good execute there. Renegades not expecting the flank either. That pretty much was the guarantee of Cloud9, the insurance policy, you could say. 13-6 up now, and Renegades, yes, they have money because they won the first few rounds on the board, but so do Cloud9. One thing actually I'd like to say is we haven't seen many post-plant situations. We haven't seen any late rounds, you know? No bombs have gone off, one in the entire game, and 2 defuses as well. That's showing such a lack of bombs down. These teams are playing so aggressively. They're taking every fight they can. There's no post-plants. That's pretty rare, to be honest. In a map like Cash, right, where it's so easy to get the bomb down, these rotations have been read very well from both teams, and that's nice to see, because typically, you know, if you have a team just go for a fast execute, get the entries, get a bomb down, it will be a 2-on-3 retake, for example, but that just doesn't seem to be the case this map.
Nice time, bit of a change from Renegades. Oh, that nade, automatic, he'll eat that all day long. There was aggression early on in towards main. You still have an Azza taking that. That's going to allow JKS to start to rotate away. He's going to look to rejoin the rest of the guys inside this B bomb site. But Stewie, he's already snuck on in. Does fall prey to Jacob. Nifty's here with the AWP as well with a missed shot. Gets him that frag out onto Jacob. Nifty now has to try and buy precious time. He has got JKS down in CT, but a missed shot. Nifty falls. The smoke has actually missed its mark. They do realise they've got the utility to smoke it off once again. JKS going to get flashed on through. Rush suspects. He holds down the angle. And that's JKS falling. It's all on Yustilo and Azza.
I'm not sure how much Renegades can do in this round. No kits, no weapons, no utility. And a 14th found for the North American side. Cloud9 on the board once again. It's been a bit of a while, but they are here. Renegades, look at this cash left. They have not got a lot to play with. That's far from optimal. It's not a reset, but 2 rounds in a row from Cloud9 will essentially have the same impact. Renegades $1,900 OS bonus on the board. So now we look at this buy Harry and we go, what on earth do Renegades do? They're in a spot where realistically at 14-6 you can't eco for overtime. There's no way you can eco for overtime, so you've got to buy up. But Renegades, I mean, 2 UMPs, 2K in the bank of every single player. We've got a little bit more on Jacob, but it's nothing to write home about. Renegades, they have their backs against the wall, and Cloud9, they are in full control right now. Timeout being called for Renegades, and I barely blame them in this situation. This has been a very hard-fought battle for Cloud9, and they have found every round that they need to. 2 in the row on the T side will force these CTs to eco, or force. And that is going to be the case. As they're buying up, guns being dropped over. They're trying to spread the wealth here, Harry, but they are all peasants right now with this cash.
Sure, I mean, yeah, if you want to go with that, fine. I'm staying well away from it. But yeah, I know we got Renegades buying down on what they can. It will be a force on up. And I mean, I can almost feel the disappointment coming from Chad down in the green room right now.
What, in your casting or in the game?
The game.
Oh.
Obviously.
Definitely one of them. Pistol out, though, for Nifty. 4 UMPs. I mean, this is a round where you have to get aggressive, right? Get in the face of Cloud9. Show what you're made of, and they will be doing that exactly in mid. Already, Az has gone aggressive. AWP up for Skadoodle. Got to be very careful here.
Azza is holding close, but you can see another man's been boosted up with, and that's going to be automatic. Takes the peek in. Okay, Azza. That's a second now with the UMP. Cloud9 going to be sweating under the collar just a little bit. Jacob's boosted up into the vents. Stewie's holding for aggression. Az has continued pushing forward into middle, and Rush, he has to be kind of weary of this fact. So much mid control taken by one man early on. And Rush going around the corner, has to be careful. He's got the bomb on his back. Stewie is rotating around to trade, but he's gone down. Azza, he's in with 3. That's the bomb dropped. Stewie was there to trade, but there is still Jacob up in the vent.
That's certainly worth it. A risky play for Azza, because if he gives away that kill, Cloud9 are back in the round. But a 1-for-1, it certainly pays off. Cloud9, as you say, 2v4, and this is not going to be your easy spot to get out of. Tarek hasn't spotted Nifty just yet. How is he not seeing him? It almost seems like his head's sticking out. Maybe just a little bit tunnel vision down on the highway. Now Stewie and Tarek looking to regroup to try and win this round. If they do, that would be a miracle. 35 seconds left on the clock. Renegades may have made this one possible. Jacob's up in the vents. They've got to check this. Stewie's already rounding up close. AK going to be dangerous, but UMP dangerously close. Unfortunately, he goes for Tarek, not Stewie, so it's not enough damage. 29 HP left on the man. And now Cloud9 looking to split this B bomb site. JKS is alone. He just has to buy time. Doesn't have to take an aggressive fight, but the Molotov forces him out into the open. Doesn't realize he's being wrapped. Stewie's there, and he'll hit the shot. If Cloud9 pull this back from a 2-on-4, I will be shocked. Bomb going down, and rotates in for Renegades.
Yeah, bomb down just in the nick of time. And Renegades, they fought so hard to pull it back into this 2-on-2. They're going to go pushing in, and Stewie, he's got himself one. Now it's all on the IGL for Renegades, and he misses the shot. He actually tags Tarek, but Tarek wins it out. And Cloud9, they pull it back. Now map point, 15-6. And Azza, he has got to be feeling so disappointed there. 3 massive frags early on. A 2-on-5 pulled back for Cloud9. And that is the round that grants them map point here on the map pick of Renegades.
You really do hate to see that, but it's just so awkward for Renegades missing those duels. Again, it's one of those situations where, that over-aggression from Azza worked out, but it didn't work out from Jacob, and that's really what came back to haunt them. Now we've gone fast here for Cloud9, just trying to flex their muscles, but it won't work out. Already getting domed in middle. 4 players up for Renegades, but we've seen Cloud9 do more with less, although you still are dropping the bomb. Skadoodle's running in through the smoke first with a bomb in his hands. That is not how you want to be playing this round. Automatic will trade back, and still, don't tell me Cloud9 are going to continue to win these kind of situations. Renegades have rotated on in, and JKS is on the hunt from behind, but Cloud9, they still have the guns to play with, Harry.
Right now it's the bomb, and look at this, JKS, he is on that flank, as you mentioned. Azza found the first automatic, going to go down to Jacob. Renegades, they live to fight another day. They're on to a 7th round. Still, I mean, there is no room for error here for Renegades. They have to get 8 consecutively to pull this one back to overtime. Now, thankfully, Cloud9 going to give them a little bit more breathing room here. They opt to play things safe. They partial buy into this round. It's just going to be a fast play over here toward B, where JKS and Jacob lie in wait.
The scary thing is we haven't really seen anything on this T-side from Cloud9, and we know how much they have to show. I mean, that round was them just running in through smokes and dying, and they still brought it down fairly close. So now that we actually start to see executes coming through, Renegades are going to be in a tough spot. But for now, as you say, breathing room given, pistols in. Cloud9 setting up outside of B. No flash to get them through this smoke. He'll wait for it to fade. JKS, he'll strike as soon as it does. 2 kills, make it a 3rd. Skadoodle trades, but Jacob's in position, and this B site has been held very well from Renegades. Tarek can't respond, and I don't think he's going to win this one, Harry. Nifty will finish him off. So Renegades 8 on the board. A bit of a chance to build up the money here on the CT side.
Yeah, they need those sort of rounds. You need the confidence building rounds when you're down this much. I think one man needs confidence more than anyone right now, and that's kind of Ustilla. Like I say, he's fallen very quiet this event in comparison to what we've seen him be like. The ones where Renegades have placed well. Usually he's one of the guys who's up there towards the top of the board. So Nifty's got the AWP out for Renegades. He'll be taking that over into middle. No such luxury up for Cloud9. Hold the default, wait to see if Renegades try their hand at any aggression, and there will be a boost coming in. Timing just going to allow Ustilla to get up here on top of the boost. 3 players in the meantime progressing over here at B. JKS is in a very tricky situation. He goes down, that's a foot in the door for Cloud9.
Molotov won't tick though, they haven't heard him, they don't know he's here. Will Stewie check the spot? He will. Jacob has to make up for that death now because he's the only man on the B-bomb site, and Renegades with a very passive B-hole. Where's this rotation? That's my question. Yes, I haven't seen the bomb, and yes, they've only seen 1 player, but you'd like to think Renegades would pull a man over because this B site is so hard to retake. Boost up in the vent, so Cloud9 not opting for this site just yet. Tarek making sure that we don't have Renegades aggressive in middle, and I like that. But will they still commit late round to B? The bomb heading in certainly seems to be the case, and Renegades pull over Nifty, but he needs to stay here, Harry. He can't afford to rotate back off. They have no info on A, and if you're Renegades, this is why I say you get aggressive in main. Try and do exactly what Cloud9 did whenever they lost a member. Take down that main position, but of course the boost prohibiting them from doing so. Stewie going to go for the smoke, and now Cloud9 go for the execute.
It all falls to Jacob, the latest addition. He's got to try and buy time, and he falls at the first hurdle. Nifty is here in CT. Tarek waiting for a flash to send him through. He's going to go in with the aggression. He has snuck by Nifty. Ooh, they both miss each other. Nifty and Tarek. Tarek spots him. Looking like he wants to pick up a second. Ustillo going to be tagged low. It's all on Azza and Ustillo, and this flank from Automatic is going to be the nail in the coffin here. He finds the first. Ustillo still hasn't turned around. Finally, he's aware, but 1v4, it's not meant to be. Cloud9, they will be winning out. Cash, the map pick of Renegades, 16-8.
Yeah, that's not really what you want if you're Renegades. You know, not only not showing too much on that first map, but also that being really the one of the first two here that you should be winning. Inferno is a very difficult map for Renegades to come back on, considering Cloud9's recent performance there. I mean, we even looked to the Major as an example. So if Renegades didn't take Cash, and I would honestly say this looks to be a 2-0, they're going to have to pull in something incredible on that second one. And frankly, I didn't see too much on their first. So I'm very scared here for the Aussies. Cloud9 looking like they want to go through, and they are in fighting form right now, Harry.
Yeah, they definitely are, and you know, I mean, that wasn't the Renegades that I've been used to seeing, Hugo. They didn't look to rise to the occasion. Will they be able to mix things up on Inferno? It is going to be tricky. There's no denying it. It's not an awful map for them, and I think Jacob has actually helped improve it a good bit. But it's going to be hard, especially with a few key players kind of going quite quiet. Even I mean, Nifty's someone who I think you could tell when the pressure's on and he has to kind of take a lot more of the brunt of the thinking on his shoulders, right? Because he's IGL combined with the AWP role, it always puts them in quite like a unique situation, right? Well, the pressure's on, they have to step up with the AWP, but also their calls have to be there, and they find themselves struggling to rely on their team as much. So yeah, it is tricky for Renegades. There's no denying it. Cloud9, they're in top form.
One thing I would say is Jacob seemed fairly silent on that map in comparison to the performance we know he can have on this team, especially, right? Obviously, he came into this team as a trial, show what he can do. Maybe he gets picked up, maybe he gets offered a spot, or if not, he shows he can still perform at the top level. We haven't seen him active for so long, and he's been just fantastic in Renegades. Like, there's no doubting it. This map, 12 kills, 18 deaths, not to say anyone stepped up. Azza had a good game at 17 and 17, but, there was no one really for Renegades that was top of the board looking incredible by any means. And for Jacob to not be that man was definitely one of the issues for this team. Obviously, not to say that they need him to carry every time they get a victory, but when you're going up against a team like Cloud9, who domestically just match up so much better versus Renegades, they're 12-4 in terms of map wins versus losses against this team on online and LAN. Renegades are going to have a tough time managing to take the victory, especially without their best player at the moment stepping up.
No, there's no denying it. Next up, though, going to be Inferno.
Yeah.
Of course, an entirely different beast. Cloud9, they've looked very good, and Renegades, they are going to have to fight harder than ever if they want to keep themselves here at IEM Katowice. But that's it for map 1, Hugo. We'll be back with the second after a quick break.
Intel Extreme Masters.